Now, I know people are going to think I'm fanboying here, but I'm not trying to, honestly. So I watched the PSX opening ceremony or whatever last night, and I get it. We're going to see more stuff throughout the weekend. If you're watching it, maybe you're seeing some cool stuff right now. Maybe you saw some cool stuff before you even watched this. Fair. But I'm focusing on this opening thing they did. First off, and this may be affected by watching the Game Awards the night before, it was really long. I think the on-stage stuff with the important people went on like an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe, which is fine when you have a lot of stuff to show. They didn't. So much of this stuff, the games, we've seen numerous times before. Kojima came out, and I'm like, oh, more Death Stranding? No, here's the same cinematic from last night at the Game Awards. Oh, thank you. Some of these games, I don't know how they don't have firm release dates yet, and I'm assuming that's what the Sony fans are looking for during this show, right? We've seen some of these games for a couple years now, like God of War, right? They showed God of War for the 375th time or whatever at a game showcase. The guy doesn't say the release date. What the hell? And then the video, it shows early 2018. Dude, it's December 2017. You don't know when this is coming out? Am I just going to walk into a store one day and it's going to be sitting on this shelf, stealth release style? I feel like Sony, Microsoft too, how everyone could benefit from the Nintendo Direct style of things. Like when they announce a Nintendo Direct is going to be over 20 minutes, people are like, oh man, what are they going to show? Because that's like really long for a Nintendo Direct. And when you watch one, it's just like bam, 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 one thing after the next. No wasted time. Like, a longer presentation doesn't mean more content. I mean, this long-ass PSX opener, I learned like 2 things that I'm interested in at least. There was a huge amount of focus on new PlayStation VR games, which I don't know if it's as big as they claim it to be. Like, they hype it like everyone has one, and I'm the only one I know who does have one. And I don't even care about this stuff. I'm sure some people prefer this drawn out, like, oh, we're just all sitting around this couch BSing and joking with each other. I can't. It's cringy to me. I'm like, okay, let's get this thing going. Let's get on to the next game, the next set of info. Like, if you watch my videos, you can probably tell I prefer conciseness and brevity. Like, YouTube loves it if you draw out your videos for a long-ass time. My stuff rarely goes over, like, 12 minutes. More often, they're under 10 minutes, actually. Just because someone else does a video that goes on for 25 minutes on the same subject doesn't mean they actually say more or address more things than me. Because obviously I'm the best, so of course they don't. Also, did we need all these people staying on stage? Like, did anyone else think that was weird how we like just progressively got like more and more couches put on stage, and this swath of people just got wider and wider? It was weird. And I felt like it got pretty awkward with people not really knowing when to move on and when they should be interacting with each other. It just, like I said, it felt very cringy at times to me. I don't get why they thought that was a good idea. It's like, have your 2 main presenters, keep them on stage, and then just bring, one game creator in at a time and shoo them off when they're done and bring the next one on. I think there's a reason why that's usually the standard operation of these types of things, because it just gets too chaotic. The highlight I felt was the Detroit Become Human community play or whatever, where people were shouting out what they wanted the player to do. This is, I believe, the best way to play these types of games, in a group. But even that, I'm pretty sure we've seen this scenario before with the robot holding the girl hostage on the roof. Maybe we didn't see this whole section of the game, but I for sure remember seeing that again. Like, a lot of stuff we've seen already. It feels like they were padding the time to make this thing longer, and for what reason, I don't know. And to reaffirm, I'm not trying to put Sony on blast here just to hate them. I want to know more about these games. I'm buying God of War Day 1, Spider-Man, Last of Us 2 as well, for sure. Like, I'm excited to play this stuff, but I feel like their presentation format is very weak. It really, like, didn't build any hype in me, like just watching it, I felt bored. And it really surprises me that some of these games don't have more info, like those release dates at this point. And yes, when Nintendo was jerking us around over Breath of the Wild, teasing it, delaying it, teasing it, delaying it, I was calling them out hardcore for it. So don't anyone give me this, oh, well, where were you when Zelda Breath of the Wild was getting, delayed and we weren't getting an info on it? Obviously, you weren't watching me at that time, if you asked me that question. And as far as their day of streams and the stuff they got going on after, yeah, I assume there's going to be more info revealed there, but I don't get why they would save some of these types of info. Like, I totally agree having a long gameplay reveal or demo, which I'm assuming we're getting like for The Last of Us 2 one tonight. That's great. Who doesn't like that? Who doesn't want to see it? But this opening bit should have at least gave us all of the key info type stuff that they're looking to communicate with the players. If they are going to give us more specifics at these other panels, fine, but it only reinforces my point that things are better, information is better conveyed when it's done in a more precise way. And with that, this video is a wrap. Let me know if you'd like to see Sony take more of a Nintendo Direct approach with how they communicate with their audience in the comments, or do you prefer this? As always, I'm John Zakari, and thanks for watching.